Well, GPs need to have knowledge far in excess of their experience because they're only likely to see 1 or 2 meningococcal cases in their whole professional career. So it's really important to know the key signs. Meningococcal septicemia, or blood poisoning, involves symptoms of fever, chills, muscle aches and pains, and even joint pains, and then the development of a rash where there's bleeding into the skin. It begins with fine pinprick and later larger bruise-like purple spots, and that's a very important sign to recognise quickly because that could occur near the end of a very fast progressing disease. GPs really worry that a child might have meningitis when they're called out in the middle of the night. If they know that the child's been immunised, that takes a lot of the worry away. We routinely give meningococcal C vaccination to children at 1 year of age in Australia. That's proved to be very effective, and C disease is hardly ever seen. Meningococcal disease is almost entirely caused by meningococcal B, for which we have a new vaccine that's being tested at the moment, but it's not yet licensed. An application was made last year for the meningococcal B vaccine to be licensed in Europe and in Australia. So within the next 12 months we could certainly have a new and hopefully very effective and safe vaccine to prevent the last big cause of meningitis, meningococcal B. But evidence is accumulating that the protection wanes over the 3 to 5 years after vaccination, and it may be in the future that we will recommend a second dose of vaccination against meningococcal C to ensure protection right through the at-risk teenage years. We're currently doing research measuring antibody levels on a yearly basis on children who've been vaccinated, so we're checking to see how long the protection lasts. Once that research is completed, government can take decisions about whether to introduce a booster vaccine or not. As we come into winter, influenza is a particular worry. People need to be flu smart. They need to know that flu can be a very serious illness, that the vaccination is available. We have a safe and effective vaccine for children and for adults. So that's something that we can worry about right now and do something about. I think if you can provide parents with very clear information, the huge majority of them will respond by saying, yes, I want my child vaccinated. There's perhaps 2 or 3% of people who don't want their children vaccinated and can't be persuaded even by good argument. For those, it might be easiest and most appropriate to respect their wishes and recognise that they are conscientious objectors, explain that vaccines are safe and effective, that diseases can be prevented, and then sign their form.